YouTube Nation and Dog Pound, how are you feeling? I'm Unger to the Max, and I'm pleased to welcome you to another episode of the Sports Room Talk Show. So first of all, be on the lookout because tonight I might be posting some in-game footage from Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse as the San Antonio Spurs are in town to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, I might be posting that. I might not. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. But what I do know is that the Browns have been making some moves this offseason. They had John Johnson. They just signed Anthony Walker to a contract. And they signed Troy Hill. So, again, they're trying to improve the defensive side of the ball because Pittsburgh was able to throw all over them in pretty much all three games. The Steelers were able to throw it all over the yard and rack up a lot of yardage. And then when we played Baltimore, Lamar Jackson was able to just run freely and do whatever the hell he wanted. I'm trying to keep it clean as much as I can. Shout out to my boy Engraven Vids. Speaking of Engraven Vids, I will be doing video collaborations for next season. So, if you are a Packers YouTuber, Bears YouTuber, Lions YouTuber, Vikings YouTuber, Broncos YouTuber, Patriots YouTuber, please reach out to me. Because if you are an Arizona Cardinals fan, also reach out to me. So I'll get to the Arizona Cardinals in a second. But the reason I am asking for Packers, Lions, Vikings, and Bears is because the AFC North is playing the NFC North. Although with the Packers, I'm already trying to reach Tom Grossi, who I know is a big Green Bay Packers fan. And I know he is a Packers YouTuber. So I'm trying to get in contact with him. So we'll see how that goes. I've talked to a guy who is a Lions fan. So we'll see. But if you are a Vikings YouTuber or a Chicago Bears YouTuber, please reach out to me. I want to try and do a video collaboration for every game on the Browns schedule. So that means if you're a Broncos YouTuber, Patriots YouTuber, Arizona Cardinals. Now, the reason I say Arizona Cardinals is because it feels like it's almost inevitable that the NFL, I should say, is going to pull the trigger on the 17th game for this upcoming season, which, based on what I've seen, the Browns would be playing the Arizona Cardinals because we finished in third place in the AFC North and the Cardinals finished in third place in the NFC West. I don't know why we would be playing the NFC West, but that's just what it is. So that means I believe we would be hosting the Arizona Cardinals, if I remember correctly. So, interestingly, I was watching a segment earlier today while I was eating lunch from Skip and Shannon Undisputed, which I personally think that show is better than ESPN First Take, because with First Take, it's just Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman kind of yelling at each other. I don't feel like I ever really learn anything, per se. maybe you disagree with me. And if you do disagree with me, that's totally fine. That's your opinion. I would love to know why you enjoy First Take more than Undisputed. With Undisputed, I feel like I actually learn stuff and learn more information. But here's the thing with First Take. Well, here's what I'm interested in. So for those of you who don't know, and yes, I will get back to the Browns because that's what this video is about. So don't go anywhere. But let me just say this super quick. So ESPN and the NHL reached a new contract where ESPN is going to start broadcasting NHL games beginning this coming season, which could coincidentally will be the first season for the Seattle Kraken. I'm just saying. So that's pretty interesting. But ESPN doesn't have any NHL analysts other than Barry Melrose. And the only place you can see Barry Melrose is on a show called In the Crease, which is only available on ESPN+. So once the NHL starts being broadcasted on ESPN, is ESPN going to get more NHL analysts? And are they going to have segments on like SportsCenter, for example, where they talk to Barry Melrose or other hockey analysts? I'm interested about that. But anyway, on this segment I was watching earlier, Skip Bayless said that this season, I believe he said the Browns are going to be better than the Ravens and be better than the Steelers. Thus, they will win the AFC North. Shannon Sharp was felt a little bit differently. He was saying Baltimore is still the top team in that division. And I would love to disagree with him and say, no, Shannon Sharp, you're wrong. The Cleveland Browns are going to win the AFC North this season. But I can't say that. I mean, if you go back and watch week 1 of the season last year, Baltimore absolutely smoked the Browns. It was like 38-6, I believe, if I remember correctly. And that game wasn't even competitive. It was not fun to watch. Fast forward to week 14, Monday Night Football in Cleveland. Back and forth, 45-42. I think was the final score. Unfortunately, Baltimore won. Now, when I was growing up, I was told, as a Browns fan, you need to hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I was told. However, I never understood that because just about every time I watched the Browns and Steelers play each other, the Steelers absolutely kicked the Browns' ass. Straight up. The Steelers whooped the Browns. And the games never meant anything in terms of, if the Browns win, they go to the playoffs and keep the Steelers out of it. No, it was always like, this game means something for the Steelers, but means absolutely jack shit for the Browns. That's just how it was. But when it comes to the Ravens, that's where the rivalry is for me when it comes to the Browns. Browns-Ravens is the rivalry. Not the top rivalry in the AFC North. That, for me, the top rivalry in the AFC North is still Pittsburgh-Baltimore. When I see the black and yellow meet purple and black, or the Steelers logo meet the Ravens head, I know I'm in for an exciting, hard-hitting AFC North showdown. But Browns-Ravens, this rivalry has a lot of history because the Browns moved to Baltimore. Now, the reason I put the word moved in quotation marks is because the Browns, in my opinion, didn't actually move to Baltimore. The Ravens are more of a expansion team, if you will. Because if the Browns had actually moved to Baltimore, then the name Browns, the colors of brown and orange, and the history would have all gone to Baltimore. And that's not the case. The name Browns, the colors of brown and orange, and the history all stayed here in Cleveland. So, yeah, the players and the coaches and all that went to Baltimore, but like the identity didn't. So, on one hand, yeah, I get it why Browns fans say the Browns moved, the Ravens are the old Browns, but on the other hand, I don't get it. And the Ravens have gone on to have a ton of success. 2 Super Bowls, one of which was an epic game, the Hardball Bowl or the Blackout, whatever you want to call it. And the other one, they just straight up destroyed the New York Giants. That 2000 Ravens defense was just on from a different planet or something. Seriously, it was amazing. I didn't watch that Super Bowl. I think I was too young or something. Well, excuse me. By the way, Super Bowl 100 is going to be in the year 2065. I bet you didn't know that. You know how I know that? Because in 2005 was Super Bowl 40. 2015 was Super Bowl 50, which means Super Bowl 60 is going to be in the year 2035. Or I'm sorry, 2025. Super Bowl 40, let me start over. Okay, start over. 2005 was Super Bowl 40. 2015, Super Bowl 50. 2025, Super Bowl 60. 2035, Super Bowl 70. 2045, Super Bowl 80. 2055, Super Bowl 90, which means 2065 will be the year, or will be Super Bowl 100. There you go. Hopefully the Browns will be in maybe one of those Super Bowls. We'll see. I wonder what the Super Bowl will look like in the year 2065 when it's Super Bowl 100. It's interesting to think about. What do you think? Write it down in the comments. What do you think Super Bowl 100 is going to look like? Is it going to be all futuristic looking? Are we going to be flying around in flying cars? What do you think Super Bowl 100 is going to look like? Anyway, back to the Browns. So Shannon Sharpe says that the Ravens are still the top team in the AFC North. And I agree with him. Because, again, yeah, the Week 14 Monday Night Football game was competitive. I'll give you that. 45-42. Fantastic game. I kind of wish Lamar Jackson hadn't come back out of the locker room, but it is what it is. But don't take that as me saying I wanted him to, get sick and be unhealthy. No, I don't wish sickness or anything on anybody. I'm not even on my worst enemy am I going to say, I want you to get COVID-19. No. I'm not saying that. It just would have been nice for Lamar Jackson to stay in the bathroom. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But here's the thing. So we know that, or based on what we saw, once Odell got injured, Baker Mayfield seemed to take off and actually look like a decent quarterback that lived up to the hype of being in all those Progressive commercials and all the Hulu commercials and all the other commercials. I don't think he should have been in those commercials yet. I thought it was way too early. He had improved himself enough. Yeah, I just thought it was a little bit immature for him to be in all these commercials. I didn't like it. Now, here's my problem. When Odell was in the lineup, Baker Mayfield just became almost OBJ-centric, where it's like, I got to force the ball to OBJ. Where's OBJ? And he would try and force it into double coverage, which is not a good move. Even for a superstar wide receiver like OBJ, I would not suggest throwing the ball into double coverage. But, well, sorry, stumbled over my words a bit. With Baker being Odell focused, he didn't look around at the other receivers. Like, he might only be looking at OBJ, but Rashard Higgins, who we just re-signed, and I think that was a good move to do so, might be coming wide open on a 5-yard post route where if he catches the ball in stride, he might be able to turn that in from a 5-yard passing play into like a 15-yard passing play, maybe even a 20-yard passing play. You know what I mean? So I want Odell to get healthy. Trust me, I do. But I just don't think he works here in Cleveland. I don't. I would like to see him get traded to Green Bay. Because that Packers offense would look absolutely tremendous with Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones in the backfield, and Odell on the opposite side. That Packers offense would be very difficult to stop. Very, very difficult. Could you imagine OBJ in Tampa Bay? Now that would be amazing. But yeah, so what are my expectations for the Browns? AFC Championship. I mean, they almost got there. But the problem is, once Patrick Mahomes went out, Baker Mayfield only got one first down the rest of the game. The Browns offense, led by Baker Mayfield, only got one first down the rest of the game. And the defense struggled, but that's also partially because the Browns weren't staying on the field for long drives and putting the ball in the end zone and scoring points. They would have to punt and give the ball right back to Kansas City, which is not good. So that's going to do it for this quick video. Until next time, I'm Unger to the Max, signing off with a salute to you. And if you have not already, punch that subscribe button like a UFC fighter and punch that like button. Until next time, I'll see you later. Go Browns.